Welcome in, SEC basketball fans. It's your boy, Coach I. That's right, man. We here to talk SEC basketball. We're going to talk some men and women's hoops, man. It's a new show we started in collaboration between me, Coach I, on the Fan Addict, and Respect the Steg basketball podcast, and our guy, SEC Mo from Hog Wild Podcast. Let's bring on my co-hosts. What's going on, SEC Mo?
What's good, Coach? Can you hear me, man?
Hey, loud and clear, baby, loud and clear. We're here to talk some hoops, man. You know what I'm saying? We spend a lot of time talking about college football and how the SEC on most years, not this year seemingly, is the best college football conference, but really this year is the best basketball conference.
I agree with that, man. The SEC is stacked from top to bottom, man. And I mean, even though some of the teams that were projected to play well early on in the season aren't playing up to their standard, it's still going to be a tough out for anybody in the SEC throughout this season, man. So I'm excited to talk about this basketball season, man. Just get to some basketball talk, man. I don't get a chance to talk basketball often, like you said. So I'm excited, man. You invited me to join the show with you, man. And hey, I'm all about it, bro. Let's get it.
That's right, man. If y'all new to either of the channel, man, he's SEC Mo from Hog Wild Podcast, talking everything Arkansas, football, basketball, all of that. I'm Coach I from the Fan Addict. And Respect the Hedges, man. Do respect the Steg, rebound at the Steg. Let me correct that. It's rebound at the Steg. Basketball podcast talking Georgia basketball, man. Listen, we got together, man, decided we're gonna do this on Sundays at 7:00, man, because that way we get to wrap up the week in the SEC and basketball, talk about some hoops, man. The SEC looks like they might be charging in on winning the SEC, winning the national championship in both men and women, which, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if that's been done. I don't know. I don't know if the SEC ever did that, Mo, but we're going to get into all of that, man. So y'all make sure y'all like and subscribe on both channels, man, so we can bring y'all this content every Sunday, man. So we got some people in the house already, you know what I'm saying? Transplanted Texan. What's going on?
What's good, transplanted Texan? Hey, the Hog Wild crew gonna show up and show love, man. We gotta show these Georgia folks and the rest of the SEC, man, how we do it, man.
That's right. I'm representing Georgia. He representing Arkansas, but we're going to talk all the SEC basketball.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? That's how it is. Hey, man, and he got on the Brave shirt, so he definitely cool with me. You know what I'm saying?
Man, hey, this is a throwback. I believe it's a Murphy. What is it? Dale? Who is it? Dale Murphy?
What's his name? From
Dale Murphy, man. I wear a bunch of throwbacks, man. You might see me in a Orioles, you might see me in a Pirates, you might see me in a Ozzie Smith St. Louis, man. You might see I just wear jerseys, man. I did wear this to show love though, because I knew you were gonna like it.
Bet. First lady in the building from Respect the Hedges. What's going on, Chevy? Say go Dogs. Are we a basketball school now? I think we are. You know, one of the things on Twitter, like people don't understand is outside of the SEC, even though we may say we got the hardest conference, nobody roots for everybody. You know what I'm saying? We really just say that we got the best conference. So, dig on Georgia is they're only a football school. You know what I'm saying? But the basketball team and the baseball team, no doubt, have something to say about that. Mello 501 say, yo.
What's good, Mello? Hey, the Hog Wild crew gonna show up, man. We gonna show up and show out. I'm telling you, man.
Right. Hey, Mello said he knows something, a little something about them Georgia boys. Listen, man, Mike White doing some things over there, man. We got the Stead Rocket, man. Everybody in the SEC got a hard schedule, so I'm not even gonna be like, hey, Georgia got a hard schedule, because everybody got a hard schedule in the SEC. Right. But we doing some things, man. Jamie Chisholm in the building. What's going on?
What's good, Jamie Chisholm? Man,
that's right. Hey, the Whole Wild Podcast is up in here, man. We appreciate that.
They definitely showing love, man.
That's right, man. Mike White. Listen, when we got Mike White from Florida, I remember a Florida fan on Twitter saying, hey, well, good luck. Hope you're happy with some Sweet 16 appearances. That's all you can get. I was like, man, you talk to a Georgia basketball fan, man. If you give me Sweet 16 every year, build them a statue.
You ain't lying. You ain't lying, dog. Man, hey, bro. if y'all can do that, man, I'll say this. I will respect y'all much more as a program overall because
Bruh.
y'all all y'all really known for is football. You know, y'all don't really do much in track. Y'all don't really do much in basketball. Y'all don't really do much in gymnastics, softball. I mean,
Well, not you know, not as a late, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, listen, I'm a late 90s dog. I'm gonna date myself a little bit. We had the best gymnastics coach ever when I was in school, Susan Yockland. We ran through the nation, not just the SEC. And you are right. We haven't brought a whole bunch of natties. We about those Olympic sports most of the time at Georgia. But shout out to the track coach, man. I think we got an indoor championship a year or two ago in girls, or it may have been a total team. But shout out to the track guys. And I think Josh Brooks, best AD in college sports, I think he's doing a lot of good things to bring us those types of winnings to the building. Hog fan 40 ounce says Georgia about to be ranked. We hope so, man. But you know what? We're going to keep plugging along even if we don't get that ranking, man, because, you know, I told somebody, I know that people don't normally want to hear this, when you're a program like Georgia, we got to do a lot more to get ranked. It's kind of like a Big 12 school that's not known for football. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like Kansas trying to get ranked in football. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
It's like they got to do a lot more than what what the norm has to do, man. But let's go ahead and jump into this, man. Let's talk about the SEC this week, man. A lot of stuff went down, Mo. A lot of stuff went down this week, man. You know what I'm saying? Number one, Tennessee goes down in a big fashion to Florida.
Yeah.
I mean,
I didn't see that coming.
I didn't either. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not saying that I thought Tennessee was absolutely the best team in the country, but they beat them dudes like they were talking about their mama or something. I don't know what was going on.
You know what I'm saying? Man. Let me see if I can pull some stats up from that game, man, so we can talk about it, man.
Bet. While he pulling up the stats, man, just like, hey, the same night the Dogs took on number 6 ranked Kentucky. Dogs chased the Cats right out of Athens. That's how it went down. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. We've had a lot of good basketball this week. The Lady Gamecocks just throttled Texas, who was ranked number 5 today. If you did not see that, we're gonna talk about that game too, man. So
yeah.
But Mo, you got them stats from that game, man? Because they won by like 30, didn't they?
I do, man. Let me tap this real quick. Can I present on here?
If you put up on there, I can put it on the screen.
Yeah, let me share screen real quick, man.
Yeah, man, 30 point, man. That's like, I think hasn't been done since, like, you know, back in the day. I think a Florida fan posted today how they the only team that's done beat a AP number 1 team by 30 in football and basketball in the AP era. Hey, that's something to be said about that. So shout out to the Gators. I threw up a little bit in my mouth, but all right, here we go.
I'm showing. I thought I pulled it up. See, I keep pulling it up on Safari, man. I forgot I'm using Chrome. Here it is.
I was about to say, we could show it, but listen, man. I think Florida might have a case to be one of the, if not the best team in the country too, man. Bruh, so let's get to some of these comments while you sharing that screen. Let's get to some of these comments. We'll
here it is right here.
Kick from all right. What we got here? Brandon Hall in the building. Say, yo,
B-Hole, what's good, B-Hole?
What's going on? Earthman say Hall's not making the NCAA tournament this year. No faith in Calipari to right the ship, Earthman. Come on now.
I don't disagree with that, man. We'll get into that, but
we're gonna talk.
Let's look at these Tennessee Volunteers and Florida Gators, man, because Florida was ranked the number 8 team, and Tennessee was ranked the number 1 team. Right. Tennessee was coming off a huge win against Arkansas, but Florida came in and from start to finish, they completely dominated this game. I mean, as you can see in the first half, Tennessee only had 15 points and Florida had 34. And then they were able to put together a 28-point second half, but they just couldn't outscore Florida. I mean, the game ended up being 73-43 with a 30-point L for the number 1 team in the nation, man. And I mean, from the week before, from what Tennessee did against Arkansas, man, I mean, I was impressed with Chaz Lanier. I had never heard of Chaz Lanier before that game, but Chaz Lanier put up nearly 30 points on Arkansas, man, and Florida was able to keep him under 11 points, man. I mean, he was at 10 points. Zakai Ziegler was balling out against Arkansas, but Zakai Ziegler was only held to 10 points. But as you can see, man, I mean, the distribution across the board for Florida was decent. but they had 16 huge bench points from Denzel Aberdeen, and they also had 18 points from one of their starting guards, Elijah Martin, man. So, hey, Florida's just balling out right now, man. And then we saw what they did to those Arkansas Razorbacks the other night. So, as of right now, man, Florida is a team to be reckoned with.
Right. Do you have the stats on what Tennessee shot that night? Because I know that I want to say they was under 40%. I mean, it might have been like 35, maybe 30% from the field that night.
Tennessee was 21.4 from the field, man.
Ooh, you can't win. Listen, I don't care who you playing.
They were 4 for 29 from 3-point range. And they made 15 out of 25 free throws, bro. They were 60% from the free throw line and 21.4% from the field.
Right. The best thing they had going for it was the free throw line because they couldn't drop it in the ocean when it come to anything else, man. But
correct.
Hey, shout out to the Gators, man. The Gators came out, made a statement, responded after that. Tennessee did get a win last night against Texas, barely, but you wonder how teams gonna react after losing in that fashion, especially a team that is sitting on high. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So they did turn around the week, man. So let's talk a little bit about Arkansas hoops, man. Let's talk about these Razorbacks,
man. Hey, Hog Wild Crew, y'all get active in the chat, man. Y'all know how we get down.
Hey, man. So, man, listen, man. Brandon State, Arkansas, in some serious trouble, man.
I agree.
So what you think going on, man? We was kind of texting during the game yesterday, man. Let me tell you a couple of the things that I saw. So one of the things I text you first was I felt like y'all was taking a lot of contested shots, not trying to, and not because I'm not saying that the defense wasn't good. I'm saying that I felt like Arkansas allowed it to be better than it should have been. You see what I'm saying? It's like sometimes not even like as a basketball coach, you know, I coach high school for 15 years. If we're gonna take a bad shot, let's take it at the end of the shot clock. Let's not take a bad shot at the beginning of the shot clock. So I saw some of that to start the game. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. I mean, to your point, it seems like Coach Calipari said that exact same thing at some point during the game. I mean, I don't know if it was pregame or if it was around halftime, but I heard the announcer say that. I mean, like you said, as a coach, you know that your team is going to take bad shots at some point, but don't let it be 5-6 seconds into the possession, man. I mean, at least get the clock down, move the ball around the court a little bit to see how many people can touch the ball before you take a bad shot. But as you stated, man, between Boogie Fland, DJ Wagner has been the most consistent point guard on this team, point blank, period. We have gotten absolutely nothing from Nelly Davis, which was the #1 transfer portal recruit in the nation, and he's got $1 million behind him. We paid him for that. You know what I'm saying? But as far as the freshman phenom that is Boogie Fland is phenomenal. Don't get me wrong, man. But the issue with Boogie Fland is that, as you stated, he takes a lot of bad shots early on in the possession. He likes to force a lot of shots. Because he's a shot creator. He can create his own shot from anywhere on the court. But I think that he doesn't understand the level of basketball that's being played in the SEC that he just hasn't adjusted to yet, man. And that's forcing him to take a lot of bad shots that he would otherwise make. But as of right now, man, there is no offensive cohesion. There is no chemistry. There is no energy. And if I'm being quite honest, man, I don't think it can be understated how much a team takes on the personality of their coach. Because for me, I feel like John Calipari came into this situation completely entitled. I mean, Hall of Fame basketball coach, been at Kentucky for 15, 20 years, national championship winning coach. You know what I'm saying? But the issue is that lackadaisical attitude, that entitled attitude is what he's feeding off of on his team. And that's the way they play. They play lackadaisical. They feel like they're better than their competition even when they're not running offensive sets. When it's isolation basketball, they feel like they're so much more talented than everybody else that they can just outshoot people, and they can't. You can't outjump these kids in the SEC. You can't outdunk them. You can't outshoot them. You have to play smart basketball, and you have to be hungry for it, man. And these kids just aren't ready for it. They don't know what it is to be hungry to win. in the SEC right now. And that I feel like that's a direct reflection of John Calipari.
I think all of what you said is true, especially the how Calipari is attacking the situation. Like, we know what you've done at Kentucky, but when you come to Arkansas, you got to start like you starting from ground zero. You know what I'm
Correct.
saying? You can't come in and bring that Kentucky aura to Arkansas.
Yep.
Not to mention, I felt like a couple of years ago, Arkansas actually was on the right path to being like a Kentucky type basketball program, and now we see all those things you just said, like lackadaisical on offense. So I went back and watched the second half today, Mo. At halftime, y'all was tied 33-33 with Ole Miss. You know what I'm saying? And as a coach, you always talk about the middle eight. You'll hear football coaches talking about it, the basketball coaches talking about it. It's the last 4 minutes of the first half and the first 4 minutes of the second half. In that first 4 minutes, first 4 to 5 minutes, Ole Miss went on a 17-7 run. Y'all was taking, again, contested shots early in the shot clock. Offense was looking stagnant. Y'all got multiple, like the difference between y'all and Ole Miss actually does a great job of this on defense because they did it to the Dogs, but they don't allow you to touch the paint. But as an offense, you want to get your foot in the paint at some point to collapse the defense so you can get some open shots. Because if they don't collapse, you're going to get some open layups. But there was multiple possessions back to back to back. At one point, I just stopped counting because it was like out of 8 possessions, it was like six of them. Y'all didn't even touch the paint. The 2 that y'all did touch the paint, you either got a bucket or a foul. You know what I'm saying? So that's what you got to do. Conversely, when Ole Miss went down, they was getting to the paint every single time, kicking it out for open jump shots. Number 2, what is his name?
I believe that's DJ Wagner, if I'm not mistaken, man.
He's the point guard. He's the primary ball handler.
No, I'm sorry, not number 2. That's Boogie Flan with the dreads. Boogie. That's Boogie Flan. Yeah.
That's the one. That's why he makes shots harder than they got to be. Like one time he beat a guy off the dribble and all he had to do was pull up, pull up. He took a step back, like a hardened step back, and the guy jumped in his face. He still shot it, and it's like it barely hit the front of the rim, and it was early in the shot clock. I was like, "What are you doing, dog? Like you had to beat first of all. Just go right by him. Everything don't have to be an ESPN highlight. You know what I'm saying?" And then one thing I didn't like from Calipari is down 6, which is 2 threes with 21 seconds and at least 3 timeouts. You don't tell people to foul until there's 8 seconds left on the court.
Bro, that's bad coaching. It's bad coaching, man. Like, for me, I don't understand. Like you said, man, like Calipari, we thought that this was going to be a clean slate for him. We thought that he was going to come in re-energized. We thought that he was going to come in refocused because his time, it ran out of Kentucky. I mean, at the end of the day, whether he had stayed at Kentucky or not, he's still a Hall of Fame basketball coach. And you got the number 1 freshman, you got the number 1 transfer portal recruiting class in the nation and the number 3 freshman recruiting class in the nation. That paired with a Hall of Fame coach, man, comes with certain expectations, bro. I mean, we can sit here and say this is a rebuild year for Arkansas because Eric Musselman left and went to USC, but when you have a coach that's proven that has a national championship under his belt within the past 2 decades, even though it was over 10 years ago, it's still in relevancy as far as basketball is concerned because Arkansas still gets clout for the national championship we won over 30 years ago.
Right.
So, I mean, if we're real, Kentucky hadn't won a national championship since 2012, but there's still a blue blood in SEC basketball and nationally. So, with that being said, it is atrocious the job that he's doing with the amount of talent that we have on this team. Jonas Adu, which is a 7, I think he's 6'10" or 6'11" big man that came from Tennessee, that had just came from the NCAA tournament. That paired with Nelly Davis, who had just led his team in FIU to a Final Four. I mean, you bring all these components together, and this is what we get an 11-5 season so far. It's a disappointment to say the least, man. 0-3 in conference is unacceptable.
That's the thing. That's the number right there, Mo. That 0-3 in conference play. There's 5 teams that are 0-3 right now. We're gonna talk about that a little later too. Pooh Bear Plug is in the building. Say Calipari sold us a dream. Big Z was the first in NCAA history to record 6 threes, 5 blocks, and 3 steals. Cal promised Boogie he was going to get him to the league. So we can't have our 7-footer shining. Hey, That's how it be.
That's the wrong mentality right there, and that's what's wrong with this team. I think they're more focused on getting to the league more so than playing championship basketball at this level, which is in turn going to get them to the league regardless.
Right,
you get what I'm saying?
Well, that's what I was wondering about if Calipari went to any other program and how long it would take him, because his style is to have 4, if not all 5 of his starters, those one and done guys. Those one and dones that can get it off the bounce. You can just say, basically, you just teach them a little basketball IQ, let them space it out, and then you pretty much let them play themselves, because it's not a whole bunch of sets and offenses that you run it, because you don't want to slow down the talent. Not to say that Arkansas don't have no NBA guys, but they don't have a starting 5 full of one and doners. You know what I'm saying? So now Cal actually has to coach some basketball. You know what I'm saying? That's different. And we're going to see how it play out again early on in conference play. But as of right now, give me the overall feeling like A, B, C, D, or F for Calipari so far.
I'm giving him a solid D, man. And I mean, the only reason he doesn't have an F is because he still has an opportunity. Now, if we can't win one of these road games, I mean, we got who we got coming up, man, on the road. We got LSU on the road on the 14th at 8:00, and then we got Missouri. If you can't beat LSU or Missouri on the road, it's a wrap. It's over with. Like, the season is over. You're not going to the league. You're not going to the NCAA tournament. Right. You might not win. You might not go to the NIT. And you're definitely not winning the SEC, because at that point you're 0-5. So, I mean, at this point, in order for him to salvage this season, he got to get these boys together in quick fashion, because believe it or not, in about a month, on February 1st, we go to Kentucky, number 6 Kentucky, that is, and we got Oklahoma before them, and before Oklahoma, we got Georgia.
Right, and I can tell you, Georgia played Oklahoma last night, and we're going to get into that, but Oklahoma, we beat them, but Oklahoma is good. Pooh better plug. Let's get into some of these comments. Say, last time Cal started 0-3 in conference was his first year at UMass back in 88, 89. Woo! I did hear the commentator say that. That is wow right there, considering how long he's been coaching. David Jones, Arkansas fans got an early dose of Coach Cal's blues. I'm so glad Coach Cal, a.k.a. the thrill, is gone. You must be a Kentucky fan, David.
Bro, let me tell you something, man. These Kentucky fans are so invested in watching Cal and Cal doing
his demise.
Correct, bro. They are so man. I promise you, I probably get just as many comments and views from Kentucky fans as I do Arkansas fans, just because the Kentucky fans want to see Cal do bad. Like they thrive on that, man. But hey, we get it. I understand. Y'all got rid of him. Y'all got y'all's next. Y'all got the next savior of Kentucky basketball in Mark Pope. So let's see how it goes.
Right, Brandon.
Just in case y'all don't know, y'all just caught an L too, though.
Big fact. Hey, Brandon says, Mo, why would they stop feeding Wagner? He was giving us energy and making meaningful shots. They stopped feeding Wagner.
That's because Coach Calipari does not know how to coach real basketball, man. He knows how to coach out talent the other team basketball. We don't run offensive sets. We don't give the ball to the hot hand. Like the fact that they took the ball out of DJ Wagner's hands, because if you remember, in that second half, we brought the game within 3 from a huge dunk that DJ Wagner had driving down the lane. After
he was down 6 with 2:22 left.
Correct, exactly. And after that, bro, like B-Hull said, they took the ball out of DJ Wagner's hands, and it just went all downhill from there, man. I don't understand it. I don't get it. Matter of fact, I think they gave the ball to Nelly Davis, and he ended up turning the ball over, and it just spiraled out of control out of that.
Right. So S-Jack said, bring a 3-point shooter off the bench to that S-Jack. I was watching, and in the second half, man, threes was definitely a problem. Y'all was 1 for 11 in the second half, and Ole Miss was 5 for 11. And you lost by, 6 or 7? You know what I'm saying? That's what that could be the difference. I really started watching Arkansas since conference play, but I don't really know who y'all shooters are supposed to be. Like the guy you bring in, like S-Jack is saying, bring off the bench. Y'all got one of those guys? Because if so,
we do.
Man,
believe it or not, bro, we got a kid that was shooting I think he was averaging 70% from 3, bro. and Melo Sanchez from like it was a Hawaiian school or something, bro. But Melo Sanchez, he's a literal sharpshooter, bro. But they will not they will not give that kid any clock. Arkansas for the past few games, dog. We even in this game against Florida. Let me go ahead and look at these team stats, man. Arkansas was 39.1% from the field. No, they were 30% from the field. And to make it even worse, Florida was only 39.1% from the field. We were 3 for 16 from three-point range. We had an 18.8% three-point average. And Florida was 8 of 28 with an average of 28.6. They did hit 13 of their free throws, and we only hit 24 out of 35. But even still, bro, those are just terrible numbers. We're getting out rebounded. We getting outshot. It's just all around bad basketball for the Arkansas Razorbacks, bro.
Well, Mo gave him a solid D just because of his historical prowess. And hey, we can't argue with that, man. So Melo says, I do not Cal type of big. Adu is not a Cal type of big. Cal normally has bigs that can run the floor and play in the post, can kind of stretch the defense a little bit if need be, but not that traditional. So might be right on that.
That's what Big Z is supposed to be, because he's a true stretch big. I mean,
Melo say he's trash.
Man, Melo been saying that since all season, man. Melo been preaching that. Since Cal got hired, bro. Because I did some film.
What number is Big Z?
Big Z.
Because I don't know their name. I know him by number. Is that number 9?
Number 44.
Oh, 44. Okay. Yeah.
Tall, number 7 foot.
I ain't saying he trash. But I ain't saying Melo that far from the three games I didn't watch. He's just okay. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say he bad, but he definitely not elite at this juncture. You know,
he's our best 3-point shooter. I'll say that.
Ooh, no wonder he took a 3-pointer. He took a 3-pointer in the first half. In the first half, and I was
right
like,
before he was about to go sit down.
Right, I was like, what is he with a guy in his face? Of course, I was like, what is he doing? So now that explains it all. You know what I'm saying? So okay, I got you. So all I know about Adu is he disappears in big games. He's weak. Coming from Steven Johnson, 5'8". What's going on, Steve? Appreciate you being in here. So Pooh Bear is saying, yeah.
My fault.
We like that.
I got you.
Say, I predict we lose to Missouri. A-Cup is flipping to Michigan. A-Cup must be one of y'all recruits. Is that correct?
No, nah, dog. Don't be talking like that, Pooh Bear. Yeah, Darius A-Cup is the number 1 point guard in the nation, dog. And Pooh Bear,
I try to tell people though, Mo. I try to tell people, hey, listen, these recruits, football and basketball, they do want that almighty dollar with the NIL, but at the end of the day, elite people still want to win. So if what you say is gonna hold true the rest of the season, if Cal don't get him something to believe in, I'm not saying he flipping, but he definitely gonna be taking the visits. Let's just say that. So
man, I hope he ain't flipping, bro. We can't afford to lose. We can't afford to lose any recruits in any Arkansas sport right now, man. Like especially Darius A-Cup, bro. Darius A-Cup is cold.
Hey man, because long as you got guard play, you in any game. So if you're eating the 1 point guard, y'all need to definitely hold on to that guy. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
So man, listen, man, that's Arkansas hoops for right now. We'll come back to touch on a little bit more of that, man. UGA hoops, man. Talk about my dogs, man. Listen,
get into them.
Listen, I'm gonna keep it all the way buck, Mo. It ain't a lot of years that I can talk about the dogs. Again, like I say, man, I'm a late 90s dog with Tubby Smith first year at Georgia. You know what I'm saying? Where we actually made the tournament. We were just happy to make the tournament. You know what I'm saying? That's what we had as a basketball program, man. But we getting to the point. Mike White's created a great atmosphere in Athens, man. It used to be where we'll get a good win here and there. He done string together, three wins over top 25 teams. We beat Kentucky, beat Oklahoma last night. So, hey, man, these dogs looking for real. And one thing I like is Coach Mike White actually got basketball players. It's what I've been telling all my friends I went to school with, man. It's like before we just had a whole bunch of athletes that could go out there, run, jump, you know what I'm saying, and score here and there when it wasn't, but it wasn't real basketball. And you said it earlier, man. You're not going to out jump, out shoot, out rebound, be quicker than people in the SEC. So you got to bring in actual basketball players. You know what I'm saying? So I feel, not say I don't know how we're going to do in the season, but I do feel good about how we match up with everybody. We got something surreal down low, blocking shots.
I forgot about Surreal, bro.
Yeah,
hey, I did some film study on Sumto Surreal, bro. Hey, that's a man down there, dog.
Listen, man, and then when you come down in the hole, man, on defense, man, all our guards are 6'5". They can play man-to-man defense and level off all dribblers. I think I want to say our probably weakest guard in defense, probably Deshane Montgomery, but he's not bad on defense. He's just not as good as the others, but he makes up for it on offense with the skill level that he has. But if you should happen to get past them, Sumto Surreal and Asa Newell, my boy Abden, and even RJ Godfrey, dog, we lead. I want to say we lead the conference in blocks right now. It's like, dog, you're coming down there, you're getting rejected. You better develop you a floater or something. You know what I mean?
Y'all are actually 14-2 right now, dog.
Right. Coming off a beat, like I said, we beat Kentucky on Tuesday. They was number
y'all
6.
Y'all drug Kentucky 82-69.
Dog, and in the second half, at one point, we just turned it on and it didn't get close the rest of the game, man. And then last
y'all beat Oklahoma too.
Right, Oklahoma was leading at halftime by 2. Oklahoma can shoot that thing. You know what I'm saying? Oklahoma can stroke from the outside, but we actually played better defense in the second half. And again, whenever they got by us on the outside, they just went right down there. I want to say like 3 or 4 possessions in a row. They got past our guards and we just sent them packing. Sumto Surreal and Asa Newell, man. Asa Newell's one of these players, man. He was an All-American, number 5 ranked player coming out. I'm a hold off on if he's a one and doneer yet. I mean, I know the hype coming in, but right now I just say he's probably going to be a 2-year guy because he's not the guy that's out here hunting for shots. I actually like it. He just plays within the floor of the game. He still leads us in points, but he plays on both sides of the ball and he can actually stretch the floor. So shout out to the Dogs, man, for making us more than a one sports school. You know what I'm saying?
y'all look solid right now, man. I mean, other than that loss to Marquette, but Marquette is the number 15 team in the nation, man. Right. And then the other loss y'all have is Ole Miss, and Ole Miss must be sneaky good, bro. They must be sneaky good, dog.
When you go to Ole Miss, dog, I'm telling you, and when I was watching y'all and y'all couldn't get in the paint, what I was referring to earlier, Ole Miss does a great job. And they're one of the better defensive point per game teams in the nation. I think they're holding people under 63 a game. Like they do a good job of not letting you get in the paint, man. And again, offensively, if you can't get in the paint, it's like not being able to run in football. If you, you know what I'm saying, it just shuts down everything. And then it didn't help that we did the same thing against Ole Miss that y'all did in the second half of Ole Miss game. We couldn't hit no threes. I want to say we was like 2 for 15 or 2 for 18 or something like that from 3-point land. And it's like we already don't shoot. We like at the bottom of the conference in the amount of attempts we take at the 3-point line. So if we don't take as many as other teams, we got to hit them, and we wasn't hitting them. So shout out to Ole Miss, man. And I think Ole Miss, when it's all said and done, definitely will be in the top half of the conference, at top 8. So Shelby says we don't talk about Tubby the Trader. Listen, man. Right. Tubby got our hopes up and then bolted on us and hit with the Kentucky and won a natty.
I mean, it doesn't look like Georgia's going to be a good out at all, man. I mean, if you say y'all have solid guard play, and then if somebody was to get past y'all's guards, I mean, they're going to run into Sumto Surreal, man. I mean, that's a solid combination right there, bro. I want to look at these stats that y'all had against Oklahoma.
Man, Mellow 501 says, I wonder why Georgia don't get players. Georgia Stars one of the best summer programs in the country. Mello, I'm glad you said that. I coach high school ball for 15 years. I also coach AAU for 15 years.
Mello coached too. I think Mello coached too, if I'm not mistaken.
You're right. Georgia Stars are one of the best. It used to be Atlanta Celtics and the Georgia Stars. You got Atlanta Express. You just got talent all over Georgia. And we've been saying as a fan base, if we could we don't even have to have all the 5 stars. If we could just keep the 4 stars at home that come out of Georgia, would be a better program. And I think Mike White is doing that. I mean, not that Asa's not from Georgia, but we're getting those types of talent. But I totally agree with you, Mello, man.
Yeah.
Over the years, we've always said the basketball, if you just kept Metro Atlanta, If you just keep Metro Atlanta, then you could at least contend and be in the the middle of the pack of the conference and not the bottom of the conference. But this is a totally true statement. Brandon Hall said UJ is better than us. I'll say it again. They're better than Arkansas. Yeah, at this time, right? Like I say, I think again, I don't know what happened with the Musselman era, but I thought he had y'all on the right track at one point.
Musselman took this Arkansas job to then have the opportunity to coach for USC, because while he was at Nevada, he was not going to get an opportunity to coach that USC basketball team. But because he came to Arkansas and did what he did,
right,
that's when the opportunity came open for him at USC. But what he failed to realize is that, USC is a historically great basketball program or historically great football program, but bro, you just got yourself out of the competition. Not only that, don't nobody want to go play basketball at USC unless you live in unless you live in Calabasas. And your name is LeBron James or Bronny James. You get what I'm saying, bro? Don't nobody want to go to USC to play basketball. He left the perennial basketball league right now, which is the SEC, to go to a step down just because he wanted to go back to California. That entire last season, he was not invested in Arkansas basketball. So therefore, it showed on the court, which was terrible basketball.
That's what happened. I get it. That makes more sense now, man. Well, fortunately, Florida felt the same way about Mike White. Say he wasn't invested or wouldn't get. Florida has a higher expectation, which is what I try to tell Florida fans. Georgia basketball expectations ain't Florida basketball expectation. Florida got the back Joakim Noah and all that, and they still hold on to that. That's been Dogs ain't got one. Listen, Dogs ain't got one, so I can't even. I can't even flex.
Man, who else was on that team, bro? It was Joakim Noah. Was Al Horford on that team?
Yeah, Al Horford. My boy, the wing guy, Corey. He played Corey Brewer. Corey Brewer. Yeah, they had a squad, dog. Yeah, they had a squad. So, hey, man, UGA Hoops is here, man. And I'll be honest with you, in 2024, 2025, man, we here to stay. Again, I don't know where we're going to finish, but I have a feeling that we definitely going to be in that top 16 range or whatever. We got Auburn coming up here. They just lost their star for a decent while, Broom, who could be arguably the best player in the country, man. And it didn't look good. Now, Pearl said it was they was going to do an MCI to see how bad the sprain was. But I'll be honest with you, dog. When he leaned back and his foot was up, one foot was going one direction and the other foot was going another direction. Prayers out to Broom, man, because I don't know how severe it is, but it didn't look like he's going to be playing in SEC play. Like at earliest, maybe, the tournament, maybe. I don't know.
That's one of y'all's guys or somebody?
No, that's I want to say it's I don't know what his first name is. It's Broom for Auburn, number 4. He's up for the Naismith Player of the Year. They and who was going to be first pick of the draft between him and Cooper Flagg? He got hurt yesterday, man, against South Carolina, man, and they ended up pulling it out against South Carolina. But I'm interested to see how they do going down the stretch because he is their guy. Yeah, he is
Johnny
their
Broom.
Guy. Yeah,
bro, dude looked like he looked like Carlos Boozer, bro.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, that's a good call. Mello said, I remember Lou Will with the Georgia Stars. He was cold. Right. We thought we was going to get Lou Will, and then because he said he was going to commit to the Dogs, but then he ended up going straight pro. No hard feelings, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, Lou Will was for sure cold when he played for the Georgia Stars. S. Jack says, Sumpto Surreal going to be a hog next year. Right. Y'all throwing that bag at Sumpto? S. Jack, don't be trying to come in after.
He almost came to Arkansas this summer.
Calm down, man. Calm down. We let us Dogs get a couple of years of good basketball. You know what I'm saying? Before you come and poaching some people, man. We don't get this too often. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Woo Pig podcast. Thanks.
That's OD.
Mike Miller. Mike Miller was on that Florida squad too.
What's good, OD? I didn't know I could do my sound effects on here, Coach.
Yeah. So, hey, Mike Miller was on that Florida squad. So it was Mike Miller, Corey Brewer, Al Horford, you know what I'm saying, Joakim Noah. They had a straight squad, dog.
They did, man.
And just the Florida fans is holding on to that too now.
They go. That's all they got. That's all they got, man. Now, I will say this about your boy Johnny Broom, man. And like you said, prayers up to him. But dude was averaging 17.9 per game, 10 points. He was averaging a double-double this season. He averaged 17.9 a game, 10.7 rebounds, 3.3 assists, and he was 54.7% from the field, bro, from Plant City, Florida. 6'10" forward from 240 pound forward from Plant City, Texas, from Plant City, Florida. My bad.
And can score on all three levels. Shoot the outside jump shot, hit you inside, put it on the floor. That's what I'm saying. He's like him and Cooper Flag almost made up a little bit. I don't even know who I couldn't say who more athletic, but now that he's down, you know what I'm saying? Of course, Cooper Flag's kind of got the inside track on that player of the year.
Amen. Cooper Flag out here he out here handing out work. Cooper Flag is out here handing out bona fide work to these boys, man.
He is. I think he went for a 40-piece yesterday, man. So, but listen, man, the SEC is full of teams this year that I think can make it far in the tournament, man. I think right now Joe Lunardi is projecting 13 teams to get in. I personally don't think 13 gonna get in. I think it's probably gonna be about 9, maybe 10. Because again, problem is
Arkansas, they holding their weight.
Right, and we might cannibalize ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Like that's another thing. Now, I'm not fully invested in the quadrant wins and stuff, but I do know most losses are quad one losses, so they don't hurt as bad. But you still got to win some games. You know what I'm saying? You just can't say, "Hey, man, we lost a whole bunch of quad one games, so we should be in the tournament." So you still got to win some games. You know what I mean?
Facts. That's big facts. You see what Melo said? we already on top. We on your head. We already on your head, Melo.
We already know it's right. We knew it was coming up because we're gonna talk about them Lady Gamecocks crushing them Texas Longhorns more. And it wasn't pretty from the beginning, dog.
Oh my gosh, bro. I mean, this was you ever heard the term, man, a man amongst boys? This was a woman amongst girls, bro. Like South Carolina is on a different level.
Listen, they just bring it to you in waves and waves and waves. It doesn't matter. You know, they just lost a good player, a good role player, man. And it's like they just keep bringing girls in. It don't really matter. Man, listen, man. One of the best, if not possibly the best athletic person outside of Juju in the nation, Malaysia Fawali, comes off the bench. You know what I'm saying? She come off the bench. That's how deep South Carolina is.
They got a team full of certified dogs, man. I mean, just looking at what they did to Texas today, man, it wasn't even a contest against Texas. And Texas is the number 5 team in the nation. Like, Texas was expected to give South Carolina a game. And, bro, South Carolina just ran through there like some women. Like, they and you know what, man? And I don't mean any disrespect by this, but they look like a bunch of little boys out there playing ball, man. Like,
hey, man. They talent-wise, they look like talent-wise and skill-wise, they do look like they're on a guy level, but playing against girls who are playing at a girl level. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of like the difference. And you would think it was going to be a better matchup after what Texas did to was it y'all? It wasn't y'all that they beat like that, was it? No, it was Alabama. Texas girls beat Alabama girls 84-40.
Yeah, Arkansas girls getting drugged all season, and we're gonna talk about that in a little bit.
Right. But, now, granted, Alabama girls was down there the second best player, or maybe the best player overall, at least the second best scorer. Sarah, I want to say Parker, she played at Georgia and transferred. She like a 6-year senior, but Texas did that. Today, Madison Booker didn't have her best game.
No, she had 34 minutes and 7 points, man. She was 3 of 19 from the field. She didn't take a 3-point shot. She was 1 of 2 from free throw. She only had 7 rebounds. She had 1 assist, 2 steals, 2 turnovers, and 7 points. That was it. That's all Madison Booker had.
Man, and she was hunting her shot, which the whole game. She started it early and continued it the whole game. She was hunting her shots, and that's one thing I want to see her mature from. Like, okay, I get you are that chick on the team, but at being that chick, when your shot ain't falling, you got to figure out how to get other people in the game. Because Zero, she had like 8 offensive rebounds in the first half, and I'm not saying you got to just go through her because I don't know their offense all.
Kyla Oldacre, her name is Kyla Oldacre, Zero. She played 20 minutes and put up 11 points. She was the leading scorer on the team today.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. She was all over the offensive boards, getting all that trash Booker was putting up. At some point, Booker, you got to let it go, and maybe step back for a little bit, and then come re-up, and then come back out there and try to do it. But she kept forcing it. Gamecocks had a 17-point halftime lead. They kept that 17-point lead and beat them 67-50. Joyce Edwards, true freshman, another superstar in the making at Carolina. One of the keys to South Carolina's success over these years.
She came off the bench, man.
She's a post player. She's a big. She don't necessarily play down on the block, but she's a big. And one of the keys to South Carolina's success over these years, man, is they keep bringing in these elite bigs, man. It doesn't matter if you're talking about Asia Wilson, you're talking about the girl they had last year that's in the league now.
I know you're talking about. She played with Angel Reese.
Right. She played with Angel Reese. Yeah. Right. She played with this guy, and then before her, it was Aaliyah Boston. Now you got Chloe Kitts down there. You got Joyce Edwards coming off the bench. You got Fagans. It's just
and to that point, bro. To that point, man, Chloe Kitts played 21 minutes, and she was 3 for 5 from the field. 5 or 6 from free throw line. She had 11 points. Sonia Fagan had 8 points. Bree Hall had 7. Raven Johnson had 8. Tahina Papo, she had 11. Joyce Edwards came off the bench with 19 minutes and had 10 points. I mean, bro,
who you gonna stop? Who you gonna focus on?
South Carolina had 22 points off the bench, and they scored 67. So, I mean, it's they play from what I understand, from what I see watching South Carolina's girls team. They're highly disciplined, bro, but they're also highly athletic. But that speaks to Dawn Staley in the program that she built. Like, I really do feel like that's Dawn Staley's personality. Even when you see her, she playful to a certain extent, but bro, when she about business, she about business.
Right, man. Dawn Staley came up right before I was in college. I followed her from high school to college, as far as her career, and they play exactly how she did, like just to the whistle. Like, she was an All-American, she was an Olympian, gold medalist, all that stuff, man. So, like you said earlier in the show, teams take on their coach's personality, and I feel like that Melo says South Carolina not winning the ship again. Melo, who you got winning it if South Carolina? I'm not saying they can't get beat, because there are some teams out there. Notre Dame is I like Notre Dame with Hannah Hidalgo. I like Juju and USC.
Yeah,
I like, of course, my girl Paige Buckets, man. I always like Paige Buckets, man. But who you got, Melo? Let's get to some of these.
That's my question. Right. Let me look at the standings, bro, because I'm trying to figure out who Melo think gonna win it.
Right. So he said he want to see him play LSU. LSU always, Kim Mulkey, regardless of how she is off the court, or if you think about it as a person, she is a hell of a basketball coach.
She is.
So with Flo J and company down there, I do want to see them play LSU. That's kind of like that unspoken rivalry between two greats. So I think that's going to be a good matchup.
You got UCLA 15-0 right now. What's Sam Jones actually? I think Sam Jones said something about UCLA and USC.
Well, just to get to Sam, when we was talking about Cooper Flagg, Sam said the scariest thing I've seen around the country yesterday is Cooper Flagg did a 42-piece.
Yes,
that
sir.
was an ACC freshman record. Let that sink in, from Duke, UNC, NC State, etc. That is correct. He did go off.
Yep.
She shouldn't come off the bench. She's a pro right now. You talking about Malaysia Fulwali, Melo? Is that who you talking about? Or is it you talking about Joyce Edwards? Either one, to be honest with you, will be in the WNBA when the career is said and done. Texas couldn't make a shot. Facts. They kept talking about how efficient Texas offense was against everybody except for Notre Dame and South Carolina. I was like, it might be efficient, but today it wasn't effective. I can tell you that, because it was trash.
That's a fact.
And you say South Carolina not big enough, that's why they lost to UCLA. That could play a part. But listen, as a coach, I'm pretty sure Dawn Staley going to make some adjustments. But as a coach, if you feel like your bigs are not physical or physically big enough to play in the post against some elite bigs, you just pressure the guards. And I do feel like they got the guard play to pressure other teams' guards. So it's going to be interesting. But you're right. They did get that L to UCLA.
I'm looking at this girl's lineup, this top 25, bro. Like UCLA number 1, 15-0. South Carolina already got an L this season. They got an L to somebody.
I gotta look at this. UCLA.
Yeah.
UCLA. Yeah. UCLA.
That's it.
Yeah, it's real out here in these girls' streets.
Notre Dame got 2, but they number 3. USC got 1, and they number 4. Texas just picked up another loss today, so they were 15-1. I think now they 15-2. Then you got LSU, and LSU is 17-0.
Right.
So Flage must be balling.
Hey, that's how they get down. Melo said she couldn't make a shot, missing layups, just a bad game. Right. And I think that was because she was pressing the issue from the jump. It's like you could tell how bad she wanted to beat South Carolina. She was pressing the issue at all turns. Madison should have let the game flow to her after she wasn't hot. Again, as a good player, we got to find other ways to affect the game if your shot not falling. Today was one of those days where her shot not falling. I think Madison definitely, a top 10 player in the nation, but you got to let it go at some point and let everybody else try to get in the game. So UCLA, USC are the 2 best teams in women's hoop, the professor says. That is true. Listen, but that tournament is different. Again, that tournament is different. I think these 2 teams are definitely going to have some say-so on who wins the championship, whether they have to go through UCLA and USC or whether they win it. I think, again, you named some of them: Notre Dame, LSU, South Carolina, UConn. I think all of those teams are going to make the tourney. Not make the tourney, make it to like the Elite 8. Couple of them, 1 or 2 may lose in the Sweet 16, but I think if you wanted to bet, you could probably name that Elite 8 right now. Sam Jones says, man, forgot both USC women's teams. Forget both USC women's teams. Notre Dame with Olivia Miles and Hannah Hidalgo are the best duo in women's basketball. They by far have the best resume so far. I do like Notre Dame. Michigan ain't bad too. I don't know what Michigan's record is, but Michigan. Yeah, that's a good take right there. I like Hannah Hidalgo. She was another one of those outstanding freshmen last year, coming back to do it again. So Notre Dame going to have something to say about that. So we're going to see, man. Listen, man, people sleep on the women's game, Mo. You know what I'm saying? They sleep on the women's game.
I did until I actually sat and watched them play, bro. It's solid. If you want to watch solid basketball, man, watch some women's basketball. If you want to watch solid fundamental basketball, watch women's basketball.
And let's not overlook the Tennessee Vols. Tennessee Vols only got 2 losses on the Lady Vols only got 2 losses on the season.
So unless you just beat them.
Right, that's what I'm saying. But if you want to look for some good girls basketball, you want to stay within the conference, you ain't got to look far. Like I said, you got Texas, you got South Carolina, you got Tennessee, you got LSU. So right there, you got 4 teams that could possibly make their way into the Elite 8, and if not farther, or have something to say about the national championship. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, even if you look at that LSU game and the LSU Tennessee game, man, Jersey Wolfenbarger, man, she only had 2 points. But then you look at Anissa Morrow, she had 23, and Flage had 20, bro.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Stephen Johnson said my Lady Vols are going to beat South Carolina. Hey, I'm not. Listen, I think Lady Vols got a good team, and I think that game's gonna be good. But I'm not gonna lay it down just yet. Where y'all play them at? Do y'all play them in Columbia or do y'all play them in Knoxville? That's gonna make listen. Home court is something, and I'm telling you, South Carolina been sold out for the last 4 or 5 years, whatever. They bring in more seats than the guys. So
they play in Tennessee.
Oh, that's gonna be an interesting one right there. That's gonna be interesting.
Tennessee. That's on the 27th of this month.
Listen, we can't sleep on Alabama girls, man. The Alabama girls are missing a couple of players, but South Carolina and Alabama, they play this Thursday. The Lady Gamecocks play the Crimson Tide, and we're gonna see. The Crimson Tide was in a game today. They started out kind of slow, but I think they kind of got going after a while, but again, they got some injuries that's kind of holding them back right now. Mello says Notre Dame already beat USC. Hey, I did not know that, but again, that one off game during the season, I'm pretty sure they can meet up again. And again, when you get in the tournament, you got to roll off, 5 or 6 in a row. Yeah, and we'll see. That's where depth comes to play.
And to that point, Coach, when the difference between conference play and tournament play, man, is that you're gonna run into some matchups you just ain't used to. Right. Like when you in conference play, man, these teams' tendencies, these coaches, it's more so rivalries. But when you get to tournament play, bro, it's a draw. It's like you don't know what you're gonna get. You don't know if you're gonna have bad matchups with the team's bigs. You don't know if you're gonna have bad matchups with the guards. like it's just complete mayhem in the tournament, man. And I love college basketball for that reason. You just never know what matchup you're gonna pull.
Big facts, man. Big facts. Professor says Notre Dame doesn't have any sides. I think he was referring to Melo's comment earlier. Melo says USC, Notre Dame, UConn, LSU. I like that for right there. Again, I think South Carolina definitely will have something to say about that. Shawty, what's going on, man? He say, "Hog
What's
Wild,
good,
what's good,
I was just about to ask you about Shawty too, man. I was about to ask you about Shawty. What Shawty think about these Georgia Bulldogs in basketball? We already know what y'all think about them in football, but what do you think about them in basketball?
Right. We're gonna jump back over to the guys SEC hoops for a minute. Shawty says, Can we get in the top? Can the Dogs get in the top 25? That's right, man.
Ooh, man.
Hey, NCAA, rank us. You know what I'm saying? 3 top 25 wins, and we're beating them by double digits.
Let me look at this resume. Y'all 2-1 in conference. Y'all 14-2 overall.
Right. Got wins against St. John's. Got wins against a ranked win against St. John's. Got a ranked win against Kentucky. Got a ranked win against Oklahoma. And the St. John's was single digits, but the Kentucky was a 15-point win, and we beat Oklahoma last night by 10. We undefeated at home going back to last season. Hey man, rank us, dog.
I'll say this, man. If y'all can make it through this stretch, this 2-game stretch, away and home against Tennessee and Auburn, y'all might just make it. But listen, if y'all get drugged in both of them games,
all we gotta do is split, Mo. That's all we gotta do. All we gotta do is split.
If y'all split, y'all will be ranked, no doubt.
We should. To be honest with you, 2 ranked wins in 1 week, we should, you know what I'm saying, we should be ranked. But if we not and we split these come next week, rank us, man. That's what we need to do. So on the boys' side, we kind of talked about it earlier, man. Who gets their first SEC win? We got 5 teams that do not have an SEC win right now. We got Arkansas, we got Oklahoma, we got Texas, we got LSU, and we got Oklahoma, Texas, LSU, South Carolina, and Arkansas.
Let me look at the graphic. You because you sent it early on.
Yeah, Twitter. I put it on Twitter. Yeah. I put it on Twitter. Who gonna get that first SEC win, man? Hey, listen, man. It's cold out here.
I can't say Arkansas, dog, because I know how bad this situation is. We got the talent too. I just don't know if Cal is gonna make the necessary adjustments in order to get there, bro. Because we got. Just looking at our schedule coming up, bro, Arkansas it's about to get ugly, man. And then we about to play two road games, man. And the benefit of how Arkansas' schedule is set up, bro, for the rest of the season, we're going to have 2 home games, 2 away games, 2 home games, 2 away games. Like, with the schedule set up like that, bro, there is no reason why Arkansas should be struggling, but I just can't say that Arkansas is going to get their first win. I think that it's going to be between Oklahoma, Texas, and LSU. Texas has a former Arkansas Razorback in Tremont Mark. I think he's super talented, man. I think that they also have decent guard play overall. I haven't had a chance to watch Oklahoma or LSU play yet, but I'm going to go ahead and say LSU, man, just off the muscle.
Okay, LSU. All right, Melo says Arkansas going 2-0 this week. Who y'all got this week coming up?
Melo, you tripping. We going to talk about this. Hey, I don't know if it's
Shawty say depending on the schedule. All right, let's see if we can pull up some schedules.
I'm about to pull up Arkansas schedule right now.
You pull up Arkansas schedule. Let me pull up South Carolina schedule. South Carolina actually been playing people real tough. They just can't close for some reason. They let it slip away.
You know what? 2 of these teams gonna find out on the 14th.
South Carolina got Vandy on the 15th. South Carolina got Vandy on the 15th, and then got got Oklahoma on the 18th. I'm gonna say South Carolina can win against Vandy. Who y'all got?
LSU.
Ooh, so somebody got to get a win.
That's what I'm about to say. Somebody gonna win.
So what day y'all play LSU?
The 14th.
All right, so South Carolina is out of the running. So it's that. Yep. Let me look at Texas' schedule because Texas ain't got a win either. So let's see what they got. They got Oklahoma.
On the 15th. So it's gonna be between Arkansas and LSU to
get
their first win.
So everybody in the chat, man, let us know LSU or Arkansas, who's getting their first SEC win on January the 14th. There it is, Shawty. You got the schedule. They play on the 14th. All the other three play on the 15th. So one of them got to get a win.
Yep.
And LSU, I don't think LSU or Arkansas are bad squads. Again, I think they just right now not playing good basketball. I think talent is there. They just not playing good basketball. So it's either LSU or Arkansas. And Melo already done told us who he think. He say it's Arkansas.
Yeah, he said Arkansas.
He said Arkansas going 2-0 this week, though.
But the crazy thing is, LSU was picked to win this game 58.7 there's a 58.7% chance that LSU is going to win this game. Yeah.
Where's the game at?
It is at LSU. It's in Baton Rouge.
Hey, listen, man. Home court been tough for opponents in the SEC, man. So
except for Bud Walton Arena. Except for in Bud Walton Arena. If you want to get an easy win, come to Arkansas.
Sam Jones say Cal ain't adjusting nothing but the seams out of his suit.
Facts. He'll go get a tailor. He'll go get his suit tailored before he tailored his offense to his talent. That's a fact, Sam Jones.
So David Jones say Georgia caught Kentucky on a bad day. They played better that day. Hope to play y'all in the SEC tournament. Y'all going to wish y'all never stepped off the bus. Hey, could be, but I can tell you this ain't the same Georgia, bro. Listen, man, again, from top to bottom, we can match up. Not saying we can beat anybody. We got the capability, not saying we will, but I'm just saying this is a different Georgia team that can match up with people really well. Again, we got Tennessee and Auburn this week. I don't know what's going to happen. We're going to see. The Dogs going to keep rocking the steg. You know what I'm saying? The standard ain't the same, but we trying to get there as it is in football. We trying to raise the standard in Athens. So right now, we just riding the wave. You know what I'm saying? So let's see. Big Mooch in the building. Say, what's going on, man?
Hey, shout out to my hometown Mooch, man. I don't know. This is one of my Mooch is one of my day ones, man. Like A1 day one from grade school, man. Like Mooch found out I had a podcast. I don't know how he found out, but he been locked in ever since, man.
That's Mooch, how it is. He said the Hogs, man. The Hogs gonna get that first win. So hey,
shout out Mooch, man.
Say Melo said, we winning all the money though, Mo. Underdog.
Ooh,
you on underdog fantasy, Melo, or you just talking about Arkansas being the underdog? I got you.
Oh no, Melo.
Right.
Hey, Moose know I'm gonna talk. I'm gonna talk my talk, man.
Right. Shawty say, how many teams getting into the SEC tourney? Good question, Shawty. And earlier. We was talking about that, and I want to talk about that for girls and guys. Will the SEC win both natties, Mo? What odds are you giving? What chance? Give me a percent chance that SEC wins both natties, girls and guys.
Oh man, I say right now, man, I say at least 50 to 75%. I'm gonna leave it in that range between 50 and 75% because I mean we got top teams in we have more teams ranked than everybody else in the nation, man. So the odds are in our favor. You get what I'm saying? Like Arkansas has at least out of how many teams we got, man, in the SEC? 12, 14,
16.
At least 10 of them in the top 10.
So you look at it from a guy's perspective, man. We talked about some of them: Florida, Tennessee, Auburn, always Kentucky. And then you got new players coming in that's playing real good. Not saying they're gonna win no natty, but you got Oklahoma playing real good right now. You got Mississippi State, who is catching people, and they are tearing through people. Alabama, Texas A&M, the Dogs are playing good. Now, again, not saying all these teams got a shot to win a natty, but the more you put in the pot, the better your chances are. Then you flip it over to the girls' side. You got Texas, you got Tennessee, you got LSU, you got South Carolina. Hey, I'm gonna lean more in that 60 to 70 range, man. That's what I'm going with my percent, man.
Y'all gonna let me exaggerate like that and say at least 10 of the SEC teams in the top 10. Y'all ain't gonna say nothing about that. Come on now.
Hey, Shawty say 75% boys, 85% girls. So that sounds like a real good shot to have both men and women win it all. Melo says
leaning real heavy on South Carolina though.
Oh, I am too. And listen, man, until you show me you can beat them.
Yeah, exactly.
Listen, I'm more worried about the boys not winning than I am the girls not winning as far as it comes to the conference. You know what I'm saying? Melo said, I don't think the boys going to win. One of the girls' team, about 50%. You don't think Florida or Tennessee or Kentucky got what it takes right now, Melo? So let's see. David Jones said, I feel you, bro. Georgia has some balls. I admit it. The SEC is a beast. Listen, it is, dog. I'm telling you, man, if you get road wins, they should actually count double or something in the SEC this year. Like I say, you can't say one team has the better schedule because everybody has a hard schedule. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, but just being real, bro. I mean, not Arkansas, but the SEC literally has at least 5 teams in the top 10 for real. 50% of the top 10 is in the like is the SEC. Like that's crazy.
Right.
And we got 10 in the top 25 in all seriousness.
You know, and they do the conference challenges at the beginning of the season, toward the beginning of the season anyway. And we did the SEC ACC challenge, and we went 8-1 in that. And it wasn't, and the games wasn't close either. It's like, you know, they was all like double-digit wins, except for of course, the one loss. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody, it's like, again, you got the stalwarts like the Kansases and the you know what I'm saying, the UConns, and I'm never counting those guys out. But again, the more you put in the pot, the better your chances is. Shawty say UF is a sneaky good team. I don't think they sneaking up on nobody, Shawty. I think everybody know them Gators is coming for you. So
we know they good. Yeah, we know they good.
They got How he's 6'10", 6'11". They got Condon down low, and Condon, dog. That's one thing I told Stat Guy. We was watching the games last night, and I was talking to him. I was like, man, every SEC team got bigs. So you can't just be rolling up trying to get no easy layups down there, man.
Yeah.
These dudes is big. That y'all got 3 or 4 bigs. Every team got at least 3 or 4 6'10" or up.
Yeah,
and it's hard. You know what I'm saying? And it's like Florida definitely got that, and then they got Clayton Jr. at the point guard. So hey, they tough. You know what I'm saying?
Put up 12 against Arkansas the other night, man. I mean,
listen, man, I think Condon good, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I like Howell better, number 10. I like Howell a little bit better, man. He give me a little bit more. I know Condon get a lot more. Seems like in conference play, he's getting more shine. I don't know overall, but we're gonna see going down the stretch. Melo said UConn got the best coach in the country. I gotta see them losing that tournament. That's true. I
can't disagree with that, dog. I can.
Hey, Hurley,
what is his name? Oh yeah.
Hurley the guy, man. Basketball running their household. You know what I'm saying? They like they like the manners of basketball. You know what I'm saying? Bobby Hurley, Dan Hurley.
I would throw the house at him to come coach college basketball at Arkansas, dog. I would throw the house at him. You see what the Lakers tried to do before they were stuck with JJ Redick?
Facts. Like, Melo said, who has the best coach in the SEC? I'm gonna tell you right now, man. I'm gonna have to I'm gonna give it to him because of longevity, like
Bruce Pearl.
I got to. I
knew you were about to give it to Bruce Pearl.
I got to. You know what I'm saying? Rick Barnes has done some stuff in his time. You know what I'm saying? And Cal has won some chips. But if I'm going with somebody, I know Bruce ain't got no chip on things. But Bruce, hey man, Bruce that dude.
Bro, Bruce was that dude at Tennessee.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Again, Barnes was that guy when he was at Texas. Now he's at Tennessee. You know what I'm saying? Again, Cal, we know what he's done. But right now, if we talking right now, man, Bruce Pearl got them dudes humming. Like when Broome went down against South Carolina, you could tell it was a team effort, which is a sign of a good coach. Not saying they didn't miss a beat, because you don't just replace one of the best players in the country, possibly the best player in the country. But you could tell they play team basketball because they was able to hold on and win. So we're going to see what they got going forward. And if I'm right about Bruce Pearl, Auburn's still going to be a major factor in this thing, even without Broome. Melo say, Bruce, my guy. Shawty say, what team has been the shock of the season so far? I say my Dogs. Granted, I'm biased. Listen, I'm biased too, but I'm going to say the Dogs.
You know I'm going to
say the Dogs.
You know what? I'm going to say Arkansas because I'm shocked that we suck so bad.
I'm not even gonna argue with you on that one, Mo.
I'm shocked.
Touche.
Man.
Because I'm gonna be honest with you, while I don't hold Cal in that, I think he's a good coach. I don't hold him talking about historically, I get that he wins and stuff, but I think he's won more so with talent than he has with coaching. And I,
Facts.
like when I talk about Bruce Pearl, he has talent, but Bruce Pearl actually does a lot of coaching. Now, Cal could go out there and prove me wrong this year because, again, we agree on a lot of the stuff you said about Arkansas this year, man.
Bro, Cal is an old dog that doesn't want to learn new tricks, bro.
Right. Let's see. Got two Bruce Nasty with them set. Listen, man, I'm telling you, them set plays. Listen, Bruce out there, he be coaching out there, dog. Best coach is Beard, but best recruiter is Pearl. I can go with that. Beard is a good coach. I definitely like that guy.
What's the coach's name at Alabama?
That ain't Beard at A&M, right?
Yeah, nah. Chris Beard is at Ole Miss.
Ole Miss. Yeah. I like the A&M coach too. I forget what his name is. He's
Arkansas was going at Chris Beard to leave Ole Miss, but he ended up staying, and we ended up getting Cal.
Right.
Because we were pissed off that we didn't get Chris Beard because we didn't know where else we were gonna go. But then Calipari came out of nowhere.
I like Rick Barnes. Professor say Rick Barnes. I like Rick Barnes. Again, I think I take Bruce Pearl over him. Yeah, man. Y'all hit that like button, man. Y'all, Nate Oates. That's him. I like Nate Oates. Yes. Yeah. Nate Oates was getting on somebody the other day. Like, he called a timeout, and listen, man, the referee couldn't get the whistle out of his mouth good. Nate Oates was at half court, and they was up like 10. I was like, that's my kind of coach, dog. Like, Nate Oates is that. Yeah, he that guy. So I think that's where the shift has come from with SEC basketball. Basketball traditionally is ACC, Big East. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, the Pac-12, when we had the Pac-12. But now, I mean, listen, man, these coaches and these players we getting, transfer portal, just like football, has leveled off a lot of the competition. When you bringing in top coaches like all these guys we've named, Barnes, Beard, Oates, Pearl, you know what I'm saying? All these guys, dog, then things tend to shift, man. Got me representing Fan Addict, man. You got Mo over there representing Hog Wild Podcast. We're streaming live on both channels, man. Every Sunday at 7 p.m. so we can recap the weekend SEC. We're going to be talking guys hoops, talking girls hoops, and we'll throw in some national stuff as we get closer to the tourney, man. Y'all make sure y'all tapping in with us. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell three more friends. You know what I'm saying? Hit that like button, man, on both channels. Hit subscribe, man. We're going to bring it to y'all, man. Like say, Mississippi State. Got it. That was it, Mello. Hey, that's my dog, man. Mello already got
the Hog Wild crew finna have to get used to this Sundays at 7, baby.
Right. And the Fan Addict, man. Hey, man, y'all know. Listen, Coach, I show up on the show, man. That's what we doing, man. We might have some guests hopefully we can get some guests from other SEC schools to come on and talk their ish too. Yeah. Y'all make sure y'all tapping in with us every Sunday at 7, man. Y'all make sure y'all watching them lady SEC hoopers too, man. They putting it down out there. It's not just South Carolina and LSU, man. We got some lady hoopers really out there doing this thing. You know what I'm saying? So, Mo, you got something to say before we get up out of here?
Man, all I can say is Hog Wild crew. Hey, y'all already know what we do, man.
That's right.
Y'all already know what we do. It's gonna be we coming in here like usual. It ain't nothing new to it. We ain't new to it. We true to it, Hog Wild crew. So y'all be ready every Sunday at 7 p.m. Tap in because we talking men and women's SEC basketball. This is In the Paint SEC basketball with Coach I and your boy SEC Mo, man.
There it is, man. Stay true. Hey, it's always the SEC, especially in basketball in 2024, 2025. We're going to try to get this thing, man. For my guy, Mo, I'm Coach I. We up out of this thing, man.
Yeah.